Okay, we should be live now on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Today with us we have Chris McCormack and we have how do you actually say your last name for people who are not, uh, that don't know too much about you?
It's Pallant.
Pallant. Perfect.
Easy, easy. How are you, Ems? You finished the
Yeah,
swim?
really good, thank you. How are you?
Really good. You just at the gym or at the pool? Where are you?
Yeah, so I'm still at the gym. I just came off the treadmill, and I was kind of hoping that I'd have time to get home, but not. So you've got like the backing dancing music, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm in an Italian restaurant, so I'm in the middle of Pompeii. So I'm glad that we're able to get you
With
on.
a big
But
pizza.
no pizza. I'm trying to stay off the pasta. I need to lose some weight before Jersey. You guys are in that training mode. I've just come off holiday mode, so it's time to get into the meets. But what we did last year with the men with Super League was in our build up to our event in Jersey. We like to meet a lot of the athletes and talk about what you're expecting for the event. Last year with the men's race, they didn't know what to expect. I know you watched the race at Hamilton Island, and there's a lot of focus now on the women's racing. And for me, I'm really excited to have you racing. I've known you for a few years now. What are you expecting? Having watched Hamilton Island, we've talked about coming in. What are you expecting for the race?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I was a massive fan of Hamilton Island, and I just love the way that it's all mixed up. I kind of, I'm obviously coming into it from a bit of a longer, maybe style of training to the other girls. I've been doing 70.3s this year, so I know it's going to be fast and furious, but I'm hoping that yeah, my kind of track background. So I was a 1500-meter runner, so yeah, I don't think it will take too long to find some of my speed back.
Yeah, I've watched you train a lot, and I know we talked about this when we were building out the women's series for this race, and we talked about giving you a start in it. And there was a little bit of showing just how much speed you have. You're an under 23 European cross country champion. You're a multiple duathlon world champion. You have such amazing leg speed. Has this transition across the 70.3 robbed you of any of that? Do you feel you'll still be in that competitive racing speed of the girls coming off that ITU racing?
Yeah, no, I think definitely. Well, I feel fitter. Yeah, I think kind of because they're rounds, I think that will maybe play in my favour. But I don't know, a couple of jelly babies, some strong coffee. I think I can find my sharpness back. It's still kind of it's one of those things. I think that you kind of think it's harder to build up fitness. It takes longer. Whereas coming off the back of the world, I think to sharpen up, you can do it a little bit more quickly. So yeah, that's definitely the plan.
Yeah, I was watching you last year when you came across to that 70.3s, and you seem to be, and I mean it with the utmost respect, because you found it this year, struggling with that back end of the distance. A couple of the races you were off the front, you felt, and this year you seem to have put it all together. You've had an amazing season this year to follow. Do you think that endurance base and that extra strength that you've done, I know what I think, in this long racing will fare well for you, step up against racing the Jodie Stimpsons, the Vicky Hollands, because it's 2 days of racing and these girls have not done that style of racing. Your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I think you're being very polite there. I think you mean to say when I was dying in the arse and looking horrific, like on the back end of the run. Yeah, I tended to go out like a bit of a rocket, and yeah, would just come crawling back in. I've definitely found. I mean, it's taken so long. A massive amount of that was like nutrition. So hopefully kind of got a bit of a edge kind of there with how we're working. We found that balance now. But also from track racing, they used to do the 1500 meters at the World Juniors. You'd have like 3-4 rounds. So you'd have to do a quick kind of turnaround and recovery, like maybe heats in the morning, final in the evening. So I'm kind of used to that kind of that style of recovery, but then again, so is someone like Non. Me and Non used to be big rivals on the track, and I know she'll know all the tricks as well. We'll probably be lined up in our ice baths next to each other.
Well, the British girls are all over this. You know, when we looked at the at putting the fields together. Super League is all about having the best males and the best females racing, the top 25 in the world. When we looked at the women's field, it was all Brits. It was yourself. We had Non Stamper. We had, Vicky Holland. We've got so many Brits, and it makes it very, very difficult when you're looking at Olympic teams and that to pick from that depth of talent. Why was it that you moved across to long course racing? Did you feel that you couldn't mix it with these girls, or were you impatient with what was it that made you go to 70.3?
Yeah, so the reason was the British Triathlon have a squad, have a base up in Leeds, and like you say, there's so many strong girls, and kind of to get a start in any race, you have to buy into that. Whereas, so I'm coached by Michelle Dillon and Stuart Hayes, and we're based down in London, and they know me, they know how to get me to the start line in the best shape, and just I wasn't getting the starts because I didn't want to move up to Leeds. And at first I tried to kind of fight against it. I tried to put out like what was going on, and then I just thought, you know what, I'm another like moaner. I'm another person that's just sitting there like, oh, I'm not racing, it's not fair. Like I can't get an entry. I didn't want to do that. I just felt like it must be a more way of saying, hey, like, I'm a good athlete, I can do this, I can do triathlon, and I don't want to move up to Leeds to do it. So yeah, I looked into 70.3, and I just kind of wanted to make my mark there, and then thought it was maybe a bit more, but not. I'm not throwing away. Kind of, I did Jensen Button, which was the Jensen Triathlon last week. So that's. So I'm still doing those kind of races in England that I can enter myself, and still racing those, like some of the British girls and winning these races. So I haven't, by all means, I haven't thrown it away. I just we want to be proactive and take control and get into races without having to fight someone to just try and get into. So that was how it all came
about. So this is actually a good opportunity for you to showcase just how fast you really are. We all know that come Tokyo, you have this new mixed teams relay coming into the Tokyo Olympics, and really Super League racing is the only racing around that sort of distance, so you can get the opportunity to showcase your speed. Are you taking any of that into this racing? Any of that, I wouldn't call it animosity, but any of this points to prove?
Yeah, for sure. I think like it's a massive incentive for me. I mean, like racing the Blenheim Triathlons, the London Triathlon, all these races is great, but a lot of the time, like the best of the British girls weren't there. I mean, I've won national champs for, I think it was 3 years in a row, but it wasn't really the British national champs because the girls weren't there. And so this is just the perfect opportunity for me, and yeah, it makes me hungry to it. I mean, like I said, I know Non really well from our running backgrounds, and yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying to prove a point.
Oh, good. Well, for me, I'm super excited about having you in the race. I think of all the girls I've watched run, I'm close friends with your coach, Michelle. I've known Stewie my whole life. I think you're one of the most beautiful runners to watch run, and I want to really see you showcase your speed. And one last question, because I want to keep these really short, our Facebook Lives this year. Who are you most looking forward to racing of the women? I think you've seen the women's start list. And why?
So for me, it's probably like a bit of a personal thing. I like rivalries in sport, and I've seen Jodie Stimpson is on the start list, and she was a former Team Dillon. So Michelle used to coach her, and Michelle took her from like real like beginnings to being a world-class athlete before she moved across to Darren. And then Michelle's done the same with me, so it's kind of like the old versus the new, and the rivalry that comes with that, and yeah, I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. The two British girls going head to head will be wonderful. But no, Ems, I can't wait to see you race. I'll let you go. I know you're training, and we wanted to get you on. You're our first girl, mate. Great to have you on. I can't wait to see you in Jersey in a few weeks. You got 70.3 worlds before that, is that correct?
Yep, and World Duathlon.
and World Duathlon. So you've got a busy schedule. I'll see you 70.3 Worlds, but you're an absolute champ.
Oh, awesome.
Get that speed up. I want to see you shine.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
Cheers. Cheers, Emma. Back to training.
Thank you, everybody, for watching Super League Live Triathlon on Facebook. Bye, everyone.